Advisement Galore's second anniversary celebration. Just so you know about the second anniversary details, download the KBLA Talk 1580 app right now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a winner. At KBLA Talk 1580, when we come forward, we're bringing everybody with us.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go.
Andy, can you close that real quick?
Okay, hold on a second.
Thanks, bro.
Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story. So we can see the light, see the light. Now, men by biological design are stronger than women. Not always more intelligent, not always psychologically stronger, but they're physiologically stronger. And so that leads to certain traits to rise to the surface. And one of those traits is quite negative. And that's a trait, and this is a commonality with most men, and that trait is an attitude of superiority. You know, men also think differently than women. Men think more with straight lines and blocks in geometric proportion and all of it is simple, structured. Where women's thinking tends to be, I mean, they can go there, women can go there, but they tend to be more expansive in their thinking. I don't want to say more conceptual because that's not really what it is, but they take a lot more into consideration. They don't do things simply. So men tend to become frustrated with their wives, especially the ones who are more leaning in that direction, and especially with wives who are more leaning in the other direction. They become oppressive almost. They're looking for every detail. They want to make sure their wife gets it. And women will sometimes move more slowly to accomplish something. They take longer showers, longer baths. They do their makeup. Everything is a process where men can bam, bam, I'm out of here. And so this micromanaging thing is just part of a man's character, but way off on this side of the scale. And he has a lack of understanding, or he wouldn't do it. And you have a lack of understanding of him. So you take it on. You don't hear him and let it go off to the side. You take it full force. And that's a choice, you know. This is not something you have to do. Just because he's micromanaging you, that doesn't mean you have to be micromanaged. Right? It's up to you. You have free will. It's not going to lead to a fight. For you to smile, say thank you. Here's where I'm telling you how to handle it. One way, you smile, thank you, and then you just do your own thing. You don't have to take it on. And that's the main point. One of the beautiful things about free will is that you have it. It's yours. And nobody has the right to impose upon it. And when they try, you don't have to become defensive about it. Because you have free will, you can choose to let them do what they're doing without taking on what they're doing. And so it becomes, I use the analogy of a bowling ball and a feather. So a bowling ball's coming at you, but you're a feather. You just, nothing happens to you. You don't care. You smile. Life is good. You don't have to get into a big conversation about it at all. Zero. You just do your thing. If he chooses to get frustrated.
Oh, I'm back in the building. I hope your weekend was as good as mine. Well, mine was terrible. Well, it wasn't terrible, but you know, lessons abound. The voice of reason returns to KBLA Talk 1580 with another slapper. Hot lava coming your way. So what's interesting is this topic was given to me by the co-executive producer of my television show. Her name is Sarah Jackson. And it was very interesting because she had said this before, a couple of weeks before, at a relationship roundtable that I was doing at a local cigar lounge. And I told her, I said, we got to make that into a topic. And she wrote a bunch of questions. And what's interesting is, you know, I do a deep dive on all of these topics. And what's interesting is that I always discover a piece of my flawed self. I always discover in doing these deep dives that there is more for me to learn and more for me to understand and more for me to integrate into my thought process. Tonight's topic, I want a man, not a manager. A deeper understanding of the controlling man. 1-800-920-1580, open-ended, non-judgmental conversation here on The Voice of Reason. Please get in here and share your experiences. I would love for the ladies to call tonight. Have you ever experienced a manager? He your man, but he's also your manager. It's funny to me. I want a man, not a manager. Lord have mercy. Ladies, I want you to share. Is he oppressive? Can he be oppressive? Is he even consciously aware that he's low-key controlling? How much control should your man have in the relationship and over your life? Ladies, I want to know, how much control should your man have over the relationship and your life? Some of these are Sarah's questions. Here's a Sarah question. Does just being a man qualify you to teach a woman? Woo, Andy, Lord, I see your face. By virtue of my gender, I'm the teacher. Submit to my curriculum, lady. 1-800-920-1580. Is micromanaging a form of narcissism? Here's another Sarah question. Are women coming into relationships dressed like a schoolgirl and sending mixed messages? Sarah's a comedian, but she asked a serious question. Do men just translate that you're like a schoolgirl? And when you come into this relationship, you ought to be open to accepting instruction. 1-800-920-1580. Get in here. Why micromanaging is bad in a relationship? Do you know? Do you know? What does micromanaging mean to your relationship? Are you the micromanager? Do women micromanage men? Some men would flip it and say women do more micromanaging than men do. Some men might flip that. And brothers, I welcome your calls. Please call in and share your thoughts. 1-800-920-1580. Sarah asks, has the damsel in distress turned into the girl employee in a dress? The damsel in distress in the relationship. He'll take care of it. He'll do it. But if she's that way, does that make her his relational employee? 1-800-920-1580. What is the psychology behind micromanaging? If relationships were a job, where do you clock in and clock out? Sarah asked. 1-800-920-1580. Let me tell you something about me. So I understand, or I'm beginning to understand a little better. Yes, men by nature, we tend to want to problem solve. We tend to want to fix things. We tend to want to adjust and bring clarity to certain situations. Let me tell you something. Sometimes women are perfectly comfortable in listen to how I'm going to say this, in what men perceive as their chaos. See, it might be chaos to the man because of how our brain is wired, because of how we look at things. But to the woman, it might make perfect sense, and she's on track and on course to do whatever it is she's trying to do. And sometimes, although it may or may not come from a good place, we may come in and try to assist, advise, instruct, and really, it's an intrusion. It's an intrusion into her process. Truemonger says it's still chaos. From the outside looking in, it might be chaos. She could very well say the same thing about us. Many men, and I'm not saying all men, and I'm not saying this is a male stereotype or trope, but many men are slobs. But in that mess, they have a system, a structure, an order. They may know where everything is. Do you understand? So, yes, it may look like chaos from your point of view. Oftentimes, we get so wrapped up in our point of view that we think our point of view is the truth for everybody. Your truth is your truth. It makes sense to you, and it makes the most sense to you. Okay, all right. Oh, man. Are managers most likely to be an older man in the relationship with a younger woman? Is this why some men choose to date younger women? Because they believe they may have more control? I can tell you that's a lie. 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, we're going to dig deeper on this one. We about to get heated. What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? Can everybody hit the like button? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get the twos and fews rocking. Let's get the twos and fews rocking. Over the last week, the twos and fews, I'm going to be honest, have damn near hit rock bottom. That's why I'm pushing the book so tough. That's why I'm pushing the book so tough. I think we got 2 book orders yesterday. I set up coaching appointments with those folks. Listen, if you want a coaching session with me, I will give it to you for free. All you got to do is purchase my book, The Shrouded Lighthouse. Go to www.mrzowhat.com. Go to mrzowhat.com and order The Shrouded Lighthouse. If you order The Shrouded Lighthouse, I'll give you an hour coaching session for free. Plus an autographed copy of the book with a personal message in it to you. Xylon, I mailed off your book today. All right? It is Tuesday. I do go to the post office on Tuesday. All you got to do once you buy the book is take a snapshot of your digital receipt and then email it to me. Email it to me at VOR106@gmail.com. VOR106@gmail.com. Go there now. We got 50 people in here right now. Let's get 20 copies of the book sold during this broadcast. Hey, Celeste 930, thank you. Attila, thank you for the super chats. Go buy the book. Go get the book. Paul Bennett, super chats are rolling early. Super chats are rolling early. We had $31.99. $31.99. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you buy the book, you get a free coaching session with your brother, Zoe Williams. Paul Bennett, thank you, thank you, thank you, Paul. You get a coaching session plus an autographed, personally messaged book from Zoe Williams. Do it right now. I'm looking to get 20 copies sold today. Can we get 20 copies right now? Can we get 20 copies right now? MrZowhat.com. The Shrouded Lighthouse is the book. Get it, get it, get it. Where are my callers? Ladies, call in. Attila, call in. Nzinga, call in. I know y'all dealt with a controller. Come on. Ladies, are you dating a manager? Is your man your manager? We turned up right now. The Voice of Reason is on fire, live from KBLA Talk 1580. You know, we in little Africa town, Lamert Park. Let me just do something really quickly. That record by CNC Music Factory. I'm a little salty about that record. You guys know I'm a music guy, a hip-hop aficionado. When that song came out, hip-hop hits, we all viewed that as a big, giant bite. We didn't like it because they bit a rapper Byte means, kind of co-opted a pre-existing record. And this record became huge, a gigantic smash. But the original record, Andy, pull it up if you can. The original record was done by Chill Rob G. Now, Chill Rob G was one of the first artists to come out on Flavor Unit Records. This is, well, not Flavor Unit Records, but he was a part of the Flavor Unit, one of the early members. This is where Latifah, Naughty by Nature, and all these guys, he was one of the early members, Chill Rob G. I think it's called The Power by Chill Rob G. And hip-hop heads were a little bit salty about it because, CNC Music Factory blew it up into this huge pop record. I mean, this was a huge record back in the day. But we all felt like Chill Rob G kind of got, I guess, can I say, shafted? So seeing that it's the 50th, coming up on the 50th in August, the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I played that record because a lot of people think they got the power, but it reminded me of Chill Rob G. He deserves much more credit. We're gonna all right. Yeah, come on, Chill Rob. I love Chill Rob, man. He was dope. He was fly. Dope MC right there, man. Had an amazing vocabulary. Love Chill Rob G. Shout out to Chill Rob G. Mark the 45 King. Back to my topic. I want a man, not a manager. And I want men to be transparent and honest in this discussion. A brother in the chat said something a bit earlier. He said about women, and it's always third eye. He said, how do women want a man, but don't want him to step into his role in the relationship? But brothers, I need to hear from you, brothers. Are we saying it's a man's role to tell his woman what to do? Is that our role, to tell them what to do? Or when we advise them, is it their role to accept everything we say? Andy, put your headphones on. I got to talk to my brother real quick. I see you, Andy. Andy, do you feel like it's your role to tell your woman what to do? And should you be upset if she chooses another course of action? Is she hard-headed? Does she not listen? I mean, talk to me, brother.
Take it into account and still make the final decision.
You think you should have the final decision?
Based on the gender roles that we have.
For what she need to do?
No, for what we need to do.
For what we need to do. Absolutely. When it's we,
yeah,
I make the final decision.
Well, I mean, I still take her opinion into account.
Right.
And if she abides by the whole, you're the leader, then allow me to lead, but I'm still taking, your opinion into account. And I think the final decision should be made by me. If I'm the leader.
Well, let's flip it. If you're the leader and she allows you to lead, would she not be the leader if she's allowing you to lead?
You can make the case.
Do you see? Because a lot of men get caught up. Allow me to lead. You're really not the leader, bro.
That's true, yeah.
Especially if you're making that demand. Now, I make this distinction for brothers all the time. I said, brother, you got to learn and understand the difference between demanding and commanding. If you got to demand something, you ain't got it. Do you know submission and command goes hand in hand? See, you hear women saying it all the time. I'll submit, but it's got to be the right dude. He got to be the right dude, right? For the right person, I'll submit. And I think brothers get it twisted. Brothers seem to think just by virtue of their gender, the woman is just supposed to capitulate. And no, there has to be a higher quality within yourself that resonates from the inside out if you want to get some type of submission, some type of cooperation. But even then, her opinion, her perspective still matters, still is valuable. And I'm going to say this real quick. If some men would allow women to help them, to even guide them in certain situations, they could become better men. When I come forward, if you disagree, call me. Get to your phone lines. Call me now. It's 70 people in here. Can we get active? Are we going to get 20 books off today? I need 20 books. I need 20 books. I need 20 books. 20 books equals 20 coaching sessions. Somebody do the math. 20 coaching sessions are 300. The coaching session itself is $300. 300 times 20 is what? Somebody do the math. I could do the math. I want y'all to do the math. If we get 20 books off, that's 20 coaching sessions, free coaching sessions. Do the math. Get to the likes. Hit the likes. Where y'all at? Get active. Let's go. Somebody said a nice piece of change. It is. I gotta be a man before she even begins to step into her femininity. That's a fucked up exchange. Say more, Third Eye. Say more. I'd like to understand the perspective. If we sell 20 books, that's 6K. That's 6K I could have put in my pocket. And 20 books is not even close to 6K. Who's calling right now? Hold on. Andy ain't even in the room. Let me go get Andy. Hold tight. Hold tight.
I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I had AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke.
He just answered, so whoever was calling, call back.
Chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb.
The previous caller? Who was the previous caller, Miss Pause?
Affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control.
If he paying the bills and was in good position before the female arrives, girl, just listen and enjoy the glow up. Please call in, Miss Pause. Call in. Can you please call in? I want to hear that. Oh, you talking about, he wasn't a caller. You talking about Andy. Andy is my engineer. Okay, I got you. We'll be back in 1 minute. Call in. Call in real quick. 30 seconds. Call now. Stephanie Mills. Stephanie Mills is my co-host. Yeah. The voice of reason returns to KBLA with this slapper. You know my playlist is my co-host. Tonight's topic, I want a man, not a manager. Y'all know how we do over here. The chat room is absolutely bonkers right now. There's a sister in here. I'm trying to get her to call in. Call right now. 1-800-920-1580. Call right now. The line is open. I got a couple of other callers ahead of you, but call right now. 1-800-920-1580. Get in here. She said, if the man is paying the bills and was in good position before the woman arrives, she said, girl, just listen and enjoy the glow up. Do women really believe this? Because I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Your woman is going to challenge you. Your woman is going to get into your stuff. Your woman is going to get into your business, and your woman is going to advise you. Can I offer something for both men and women here? Advisement in relationship, in my opinion, and I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. You know, I'm a marginally intelligent guy. I'm not a genius, but I feel like I can help. I feel like I can answer questions, advise, and all of that. Let me just say this. Can I offer this? I think advisement needs permission. We need to get consent for advisement. Right? You should wait. Either you wait until you're asked, or you ask if you can give advisement. I think that would be healthy in relationships. 1-800-920-1580. Do you agree or disagree? Because I think it's in a man's nature to be like, oh, girl, move out the way. Let me show you what's happening now. And I see you've been over here messing around with this for long enough. Let I see what you're missing is. It's our nature to just jump in. But I think we should wait until we're asked. Or we should ask, can I offer you this? Can I advise you on this? And like I said, I'm not great at it. Sometimes I use it if I'm arguing. Let me offer you this. Can I offer you? But I don't do it when it's good, when everything is good. I think I have to work on this, but I think that might be good. 1-800-920-1580. Callers, I'm coming to you now. Legendary caller on the line. Haven't heard from him in a while. Here he goes. Bowman from Grand Prairie, Texas. Get in here, Bowman. Here we go. Bowman, just tell us what's up. What are your thoughts, Bowman?
My thoughts are this, Joe. Women are justified in wanting a man over a manager. I think it doesn't really benefit women much by getting a manager, because if you think of this as a business, right? Like, say, for instance, you're in the store. You know that it's a volume type worker job. Like, say, for instance, you're a night stalker. The managers are going to want the most production out of you for the most littlest of time. So if you compare the relationship, if a man is juicing you as much as he can, squeezing like a lemon for the littlest amount of his input in the relationship, that's going to wear somebody out. And that's not fair to her. So if you're going to take, then it's going to be difficult for her to give like she needs to. Yeah, I'd rather be a man, because at least I can weigh the options like I need to from a wisdom standpoint.
But not all men are wise, Bowman. You think you wise, Bowman?
I don't think I'm neutral, so I do not think I'm wise. But I look at things in certain ways, you know. Think about it. Okay, so if you see a man, right, as a man, if you see your woman struggling to open a pickle jar, you can always say, babe, you need help with that? She'll be like, yeah, babe, can you help me? Guess what? You're going to open the pickle jar. You can slap it at the bottom, and you're going to open the pickle jar. Some people may not know that, but that's the things that we do. We have to use wisdom and balance.
Bowman, We always default to the strength, the physical strength. Yes, men are physically stronger than women. But what if your woman is particularly good at philosophy and psychology? Wouldn't that state it
Listen to her.
right? Yes. And sometimes we have a difficult time listening to our women, yes or no?
Very true.
We have an easier
Some women are
time.
smarter than us.
I'm just saying, we have an easier time telling them what to do, whether they're smarter than us or not. Correct?
Correct?
Whether they're smarter than us or not, we'd be like, listen here, sit back now. Hold on now. Come on, Bowman.
A wise man will choose to listen and watch, and then he'll move accordingly. That's a real man, in my opinion.
I like that, Bowman. I like that. So, do you think it is in a woman's nature, regardless of how intelligent she is, regardless of any of her other qualities, how nurturing, how powerful she is as a personality in and of herself, do you think it is her nature to submit to a man and be managed by him?
The managed part is what gets me.
Because,
The man part, it overrides that management.
but isn't that what many men try to do? Is manage their woman?
Yeah, but that's forcing her to. It really doesn't really force her, but she doesn't really respect you.
Wait. Say what it is. It's controlling. And why do men control?
Because of ultimately fear of losing.
Okay, fear. They're insecure.
Right.
That's what many men are insecure. Typically the ones that try to control and micromanage their woman.
Right.
I'm asking you. I'm not telling you. I'm asking you.
For some, there is an insecurity within them that makes them like, no, you're going to do this, you aren't going to do that. There's some who are, but then there's some men who just feel like that's the way life is structured, where they're the head, and no matter what they say goes.
Let me flip it another. Exactly. Okay. So let me just say this. I'm asking you a question. Do you think there are more unqualified men in terms of leadership, in terms of giving their women instruction and giving their women insight, wise men? Do you think there are more unqualified dudes to sit and take that mantle than there are qualified dudes? What are your thoughts?
Yes, more unqualified because they're sexually driven.
Stay with me, Bowman. When we come forward, we going back to Grand Prairie. We on fire tonight. Yeah. Yo, we're at $53.98, 46 minutes in. 46 minutes in. 46 minutes in. I appreciate you guys. Let's step it up. We don't have any book sales. Let me look here. Not one. No, I guess nobody wants the coaching. I guess I'm gonna stop that special. I think I've sold as many as I'm gonna sell. Yep, no book sales. So I think I'm a twos and fews. Hit the super chat and or cash apps or whatnot. We appreciate it. We appreciate whatever you could do. I don't think he believes I'm real even after the coaching. But I mean, I see you, Xylon, right there, Alexandria, Louisiana. I see you. How was the coaching though, Xylon? Was it cool? Was it good? Where did the lady go? We had a sister on. Oh, hell nah. Call back. Call back. They hear you.
And you know what I'm saying? Hey, as a producer behind the scenes, stay patient. If you on hold, you stay patient. You get through.
Call back. What the fuck? But women for too long chose unqualified dusty dude after they get tired of their past to disregard the actual good. Wow. Whoa.
20 seconds.
All right. 20 seconds. Write it again, third eye. It was terrible. It's messed up. Woo! What y'all know about UTFO? That record is called The Leader of the Pack. Back in the days, when old school hip hoppers used to always do a record for their DJ, that record is called The Leader of the Pack. And I played it for tonight's topic. I want a man, not a manager. This topic was given to me by a sister. She was saying every guy she dates is always trying to tell her what to do. Always trying to direct her and guide her. And I think a guru or a guide or someone of that ilk has to be chosen by the searcher, by the seeker. And many men have business cards that say leader on it. When they meet the girl, they go, yo, leader, here's my card. And I think sometimes the woman has to choose. Andy disagrees. Go ahead, put 1-800-920. I'm gonna come back to you, Bowman, right after Andy.
No, I don't disagree. I just it just got me thinking, like, it's 2023, and I want to say, for the past maybe 30 years or so, the rise of the independent woman. I think, it plays a factor in this. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, Andy. If she got everything else in her life covered, money, career, education, what are you supposed to lead her in? I'm just asking, because now we get down to the nuts and bolts. What are you supposed to lead her in now?
That's a great question. And listening to you over the years, if we could lead her in some sort of spiritual guidance, that would probably be the best thing right now.
But most men ain't got that.
100%, I agree.
Most men say, you see this wallet?
Yeah.
And then they have the co-signage of some women who said, girl, be quiet and glow up. He gonna take care of everything. Most men don't have spiritual leadership. That's just 100%.
So we've been taught wrong as well, too?
Absolutely. Oh, here we go. Andy in the building. Bowman, get back in here with your archaic beliefs. After Andy's just cooked. Go ahead, wrap up your thoughts, Bowman.
So yeah, like I was saying, these young men, they let sex blind them from the ultimate lessons of a relationship. And so that's why they're not qualified in the relationship. They haven't been seasoned, they haven't gone through things. Sometimes it just takes time, maturity, and life lessons.
I love it. You know what, Bowman? It's been a while, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. She let you out the doghouse. What happened?
I've been really working with a lot of hours, man. It's crazy.
Hey, nah, man. Seriously, though, I appreciate it. You know you're welcome here anytime, brother. Thank you for the call.
Most definitely.
Yeah, he brought Grand Prairie, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Xylon from Alexandria, Louisiana. Get in here, Xylon.
Hello, sir.
What up, brother? What up?
First, I would like to shout out Haru Ali, Trumonger, Attila Phillips, and Nzinga. I'm sorry I had to do that first.
Okay, all right, brother, all right. But your thoughts?
But this topic tonight, it reaches deeply into something that's happening to me at the moment, and my partner is not wanting to manage. She wants me to be the manager, and I'm like, but you wanted to be in control. You wanted to have all of the say-so with the arrangement that's going on. So I'm feeling you when you're saying, yes, there are sisters, there are even brothers, you know, we all want somebody to help us through, but I'm like, this is something you could have circumvented.
I'm listening. I'm
Because,
mm-hmm.
because, and the only reason I'm saying that is because this is not something we didn't know about. This is something that has been in the works for some months, and it's like, but now since it's here, you're like, oh no, I need a manager, somebody to help me out. But when I was trying to manage you 6 months ago, you was going, no, I just need you to be my man. Don't be my manager.
You know where that's from, though, right?
No, I don't, because I'm like, you're an Aquarius. You're supposed to be the intellectual of the spiritual of the, yeah.
What? Let me just tell you where it's from. When a woman does not want to give you what you think you're supposed to have, it's one of two things. Either you're not what you think you are, right? Or she is what you think you are. I know you didn't want to hear it that way.
Oh.
I know.
No, I didn't want to hear it that way, and I'm. Go ahead. Yeah.
This is why I tell brothers, read The Way of the Superior Man, a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desires. We talked about it just 30 seconds ago with Andy. Listen, she's not going to follow you unless you've conquered yourself, unless you've defeated demons, dragons, and shadows in your own spirit. Let me tell you something. Look at it this way. You in the zoo, and you walk by the lion cage. That damn gate is open with the lions.
Yeah.
Let me just say, that's clear and present danger. That is fear. Right?
Yeah.
What's your next move? You gonna tiptoe backwards, right? You gonna capitulate to the power of the lion.
Look,
Right.
I can't even say that because at this point, I'm going, okay, even if I back away from the lion, I still got a cougar back here calling my baby mama all of a sudden. It's like, oh wait, you ain't my man no more, but I need a manager. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm in these catch-22s of circumstances.
No. Listen to me. Listen to me, Silent. I got you, brother. What I'm saying is, if she is not acknowledging, see, because I'm giving you an example with the lion, right? That's clear. That's clear and present danger with a lion. Don't you know when you are self-actualized or you're working on self-actualization, don't you know that your spiritual glow up has the same type of awe attached to it as seeing an open gate with a lion behind it. There is an awe that is attached to your spiritual glow up. I told you before, most men do not value the spiritual aspect of relationship. So if you were to work on yourself, this is why I tell people, get The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. It's a great book because now you're working from a different space than what she's used to. She's going to sense it, she's going to see it, and she's going to acknowledge it. Like, yo, this is different. You are someone I might listen to. And on top of that, I'm still going to challenge you because that's part of the nature of what women do in order to help men get better. But men are emotional, men are weak, and men are spiritually poor. They might be dogmatically rich, they might be religiously rich, but spiritually poor. She can't respect you if you don't have a spiritual reservoir, brother. Stay with me, Xylon. When I come forward, hour number 2, we gonna keep cooking. Thank you, Miss JB. Miss JB. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for supporting. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. Don't forget, get your book, MrZoWhat.com, The Shrouded Lighthouse. Get your book, MrZoWhat.com, The Shrouded Lighthouse. You know the instructions. She wants to follow me spiritually, but still wants to challenge me. Brother, man, the chat is not your friend tonight, Third Eye, on the English side of the game. Like, you be trying to like drop some haymakers, but they be like, hey, the fuck? If a man is leading us, he is paying all the bills, correct? Call in. Call in with that. Please call in and ask me that question, Pretty Brown Mimi. Please. Would you please call in and ask that question? Please. Mimi, that's a serious question. And it needs to be dealt with on air so we can inspire some people. Because that's a heavy question. I don't know what, hey, Colby Finney, I don't know what that is. Nay 6, I 6, O, D to Nay 6, I 6, O. I don't know what that is.
Relationship is in trouble, I'm gonna give you a call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes? Financial infidelity? I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like, is this something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with a bad touch.
What do you
How
mean,
does he
Trumonger?
maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches the nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
So William,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hi everyone, it's Dr. Romany. On today's video, we're going to address the question, what's the difference between control and love? Please, as always, just keep subscribing, hit the bell. 2 videos a week now, so you are going to be a narcissist expert if you subscribe to this channel. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, dude, the difference between control and love is very obvious. Is it? Really? Because what is always amazing to me, when we do the post-mortem, when we do the unraveling, when we do the backwards deconstructing of the relationship, people are like, this dude was controlling from like the second date. But what gets very confusing is that fairy tale fantasy, right? Think about that. Many of you know that there was that time in that early in the relationship, like, is he going to get in touch? Is she going to text me back? Do you think she wants to see me again? And some people will meet someone and they'll say, our first date lasted 36 hours. To which I, as a psychologist, I'm like, that's not so good. Okay? Or they'll say, from the day we met, every morning the good morning text, every night the good night text. I don't know what I would do without it. Other twists on this, and a lot of you are probably thinking, no, she's talking about love bombing. Might be things like, I'd come out to the parking lot after work, and there'd be a rose on my windshield. Or like a dozen roses came every day to me at the office, or teddy bears, or chocolates, or other things like that. People might think, oh, that's romantic. Just thinking about me. All the people out there say, oh, God, I'm dating someone right now. They never get in touch with me. Now, obviously, that's another extreme. If you meet someone and you go out for dinner on a Saturday night and they don't get in touch with you again until Thursday, yeah, probably not. They're probably not that interested. But what if they're really busy at work and it takes them a couple days and they say, you know what, I'm so sorry, I'm just coming up for air. It's such a great time. The entire fantasy of control, of confusing control and love, and no one will say, God, I really hope to find something controlling, is what's the fine line between someone being very attentive and someone being controlled. A lot of it is qualitative. Listen, I'm the first one out there who's down with a really sweet good morning text. I wake up really early in the morning, so it'd be very hard for someone to get ahead of me on a good morning text, but there's something sweet about it. And goodness knows when I'm not with my kids, even, I'm like, good morning, sweetheart, I miss you. Same with good night. There's something reassuring about that. Okay? But when it feels like when it goes into interesting territory is when the person maybe sends you that good morning text or that good night text, and then they get upset because you don't respond. Where were you? How come you didn't respond? How come I don't see the words coming? You know, like the little dot 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 on an iPhone. How come you weren't responding? I saw your read receipt. In fact, I remember one guy telling me that he met a woman and she said she would not date a guy who didn't turn on the read receipt feature on his phone.
Ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. It's hour number 2. The voice of reason is on complete fire tonight. Oh, we have KBLA Talk 1580. We turned up. I want a man, not a manager, is our topic tonight. And let me say something about this spirit piece that I was talking about with Xylon. Since everybody is a work in progress, including the spiritual aspirant, guess what? They are prone to spiritual abuse too. See, get it in your head, people, men and women. I don't care how spiritual they claim they are. They're all still working with something. This spirituality works like this. You reach the top of the mountain, you leave here. As long as you still here, Something's still wrong with you. Something still has to be addressed. See, we get caught up in the talent of spiritual people too. Oh, they're so articulate. Oh, they're so compelling. Oh, they're so deep. Oh, listen, when you done working here, you leave. So what happens is the ideation of who that person is supposed to be gets conflated. Oh, I thought you were spiritual. I thought you were. No, I'm a human being that's on the path, that's capable of anything. Okay? I just need you to understand that. I'm on both sides of the fence here. But I'm trying to educate brothers on this show to understand there's a certain level of weakness in you that a woman is going to sniff out and challenge. Now, you could take offense to it, or you can absorb it and allow that information to help you grow up spiritually. Do you understand? 1-800-920-1580. Get in here. Xylon, Alexandria, Louisiana. Get in here.
Look, I'm here to, I heard what you said, and I'm here to wrap up my thought with this, what you just said. When you understand and you can see, like you said, hey, I'm only here to manage this or do this. Like, brothers need to understand, she's not asking you to come in to quantify, qualify. No. Don't be the manager. Believe me, I'm telling you as a person that's been divorced 3 times, don't be the manager. Just be the man. Allow her to speak, listen, do like Zoe said, find your space, walk your life, and don't do no more than that. Because once you start reaching and trying to gratify and come up with, you're going to lose. You're going to lose.
I love it, brother. I love it. I appreciate the call. Thank you. Xylon Farrell is in the building, all the way from Louisiana, Alexandria, Louisiana. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Who do we have? Jay Dabner from Nashville, Tennessee. The volunteer state is in the building. Get in here.
Good evening. So I had to say this, man. I thought I knew music, man, but you know music, bro. every night when I listen to some amazing stuff. But a lot of the things I really wanted to say have kind of been touched on. This idea of control and submission. I look at it just a way for people to try to obfuscate risk, right? If I'm in control, you listen to me, this relationship's gonna work. It's like relationships don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? They go with human beings, right? Ebbs and flows, ups and downs. And so you think that being in control and being able to manage is going to protect you in some way, and it will not.
Right.
And so what I try to tell young men is, instead of focusing on trying to lead, focus on being an example, right? These are things in your relationship that you want to see in your relationship, versus trying to talk about and force the relationship to be the things that you think they ought to be. That's my perspective on this topic.
Well, you bring up a great point. Force is the problem. Many men don't operate from a space of power. They operate from a space of force. And the reason why I'm bringing up the 2 words here, Dr. David R. Hawkins wrote a book called Power versus Force, The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior, right? And in that book, he used kinesiology to prove that the body gets strong, right, when truth is present, right? The body gets strong when truth is present. The body gets weak when lies are present. His study was based on kinesiology and consciousness. So from there, he created a consciousness grid. Many men are operating from the conscious level on his grid. They're operating from the level of fear. So the manipulation, the managing, the micromanaging, the controlling really is coming from a space of insecurity. See, I'm going to pay the bills, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But really, I'm doing that to capture you. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's most men. So, Power versus Force talks about this consciousness and how it's basically rooted in a fear consciousness, right? This is where insecurity in men come from. And this is why I suggest reading the book by David Deida, right? The Way of the Superior Man, because what it talks about is elevating this process that we call self-actualization. Many men care too much about what they women think and about what other people think. Now, this is not to say you shouldn't care about what your woman thinks, but when it comes to your higher good, you should never sacrifice what's for your higher good to someone else. You just shouldn't. But men are afraid to lose their woman because they got her with fear. If I don't talk to her, somebody else will. Somebody gonna get to her before I do. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? And then it's this process of maintaining a border and a boundary around her. Oh Lord, I wonder what she doing now. Where she go? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all fear. Talk to me, brother.
No, I agree 100%. There's an old adage I learned when I was a young soldier in the Army. NCO told me once, he said, if you have to tell people you're in charge, you're not really in charge, right?
Command over demand. There it is. Yes.
People, if you're in charge, you don't have to really, tell folks. But, yeah, I agree 100%. A lot of it is about fear. It's, a lot of, if you really want to get down to it, a lot of brothers don't believe that the woman that they with loves them for them, right? Loves them for who they are. They think that women love them for what they can do. And it seems like that on the surface. But in reality, the issue is these young men don't really believe that a woman or that person in their life loves them for who they are. So they think they have to perform this thing in order to keep the lady in their life. And it always ends up bad. Even if you can survive it, it ends up bad. So I agree with you 100%, brother. You're preaching to the choir here.
Thank you, brother. Jay Dabner in the building, Nashville, Tennessee. Look, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on complete lava flow right now. Pyroclastic flows of content. When we come forward, we got a lot more to talk about. Get to your phone lines. So you guys were saying the show was off? Because on my computer, it never went off. I got it on the phone, and I have it on my computer. I never had any glitch. I didn't have any glitch, so I didn't see any glitch. It was off for you? Truemonger, it was off for you, bro? Wow. I don't know what happened. Didn't stop streaming here. I'm looking at myself pull on my chin. We lit right now. We lit right now. We lit. No book sales. All this information. We lit right now, but no book sales. And we got 80 people in here. I asked for 20 copies to be sold. Can we get a third of the people in here to buy a book?
Rhyme in a minute.
60 seconds. Here we go. Don't do it, Miss JB. You already did it. You already purchased the book. I remember. Don't do it, Miss JB. You already did it. I'm talking about the people in here who haven't done it. I appreciate you. You know, I love on you. Thank you for supporting the way you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I want some new folk to get this book. And believe me, I am grateful. I am thankful. I am appreciative. Your support from day one has always been 100% solid. Don't do it, Miss JB. Don't do it. Your friends need coaching. 50 Cent. My playlist is incredible. The name of the record is Out of Control. We talking about it tonight. The sister gave me a topic. It said, I want a man, not a manager. Talking about the deeper look at controlling men in relationships. Let's look at it this way, brothers. I keep telling y'all, most people try to control because there's some insecurity there. There's some weakness there. And you're not alone. I have them too. I have some insecurities. I have some weaknesses. And I might even try to control a little bit. But I'm on a journey, man. I wake up every day and I put one foot in front of the other with the intention to be better than I was the day before in all aspects of my life. Right? I'm trying to be multi-dimensionally conscious. I'm trying to be multi-dimensionally wealthy. I'm trying to be multi-dimensionally healthy. Do you understand? I want to be aware on a multi-dimensional level. And I know I can't remain egoically small in that pursuit. So I don't always show up right in relationships. Right? I don't always have the idea, the right thing to say, or I don't always know. Do you understand? And I think sometimes men who have the idea in place that by virtue of their gender alone, they are the leader of the relationship are really childish and spiritually poor people. Now, there are some great men out there who have achieved a certain level of self-mastery where women flock to them and women come into their spirit. And we're not talking about the performance of spirituality, because spirituality or self-realized people don't perform self-realization. They just are. You heard me use an example before. And the example is the Buddhist concept or the Tibetan concept of the Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva is said to, when you come into the presence of the Bodhisattva, they've reached a certain level of consciousness that's high enough to where when you get into their presence, you can feel the vibration coming off these people. Bodhisattvas. I want to get to that level. I'm interested in that. And I know I can't be a spiritually penurious person in my relationships. I have to expel the shadows, the demons, the fear. I have to expel that. Even if I gotta wrestle with myself. I gotta do it if I'm gonna grow up spiritually, contextually. David Deida said it this way regarding women and what they do in a man's life. He says, now this is deep, because a lot of brothers, this is what I'm saying, putting that first foot forward, trying to wake up and be better every day. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with her. Your woman knows your weaknesses better than anybody. She knows where you will falter and give up. She knows the degree of mediocrity you settle for. And she knows your true capacity as a full man, a man free of, listen, free of consciousness and love. Her gift, if she's a good woman, is to test you with her darkest moods over and over and over until your consciousness is unperturbed by feminine challenge. And you are able to provide her with your love just as you are here to provide the world. In response to your fearless consciousness, she will she will drench your world in love and light. David Deida, The Way of the Superior Man, A Spiritual Guide to Mastering the Challenges of Women, Work, and Sexual Desires. Listen, I struggle with it too. I struggle with it mightily. I'm not here to present as if I'm perfect, brothers. But there's a lot of us can't tolerate the feminine challenge. One of the worst things my woman could say to me is, I thought I could talk to you. Have you heard that, brothers? I thought you were somebody I could talk to. I thought I could feel safe in your space talking to you about my thoughts and what's going on. That's one of the hardest things to hear from a woman. But we have been conditioned to say, your thoughts don't matter, lady. Follow my lead. Do as I say. I got us. But sometimes you won't allow her to have you by pushing you. You think she's a weakling, but she might be stronger than your wounds you protect. Uh-oh. 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 Is your woman stronger than your wounds, brother? Let her test you to find out. I know y'all not ready for tonight. That's why it's quiet up here. I got callers. I'm going to get to y'all. Give me just 2 seconds. Whew. Listen, brothers, if you haven't penetrated, yes, I said penetrated, and I mean it without being vulgar. I mean penetrated the world. Listen, the way a man penetrates the world should be the same way he penetrates his woman, not merely for personal gain or pleasure, but to magnify love, openness, and depth. David Deida, The Way of the Superior Man. Some of y'all are ashamed of your member. You scared to lean in. The Way of the Superior Man, A Spiritual Guide to Mastering the Challenges of Women, Work, and sexual desires. I want to read that quote just one more time before I go back to the college because it was so fire. The way a man penetrates the world, he should penetrate his woman the same way. Eesh. Not merely for personal gain or pleasure, eesh, but to magnify love, openness, and depth. See, you want to claim Egypt, you want to put on a dashiki, you want to act spiritual, which is really just dogmatic. All you have is ideas, and you're not the author of the ideas, you're just the parrot of the ideas, brothers. There's no disrespect. There are some good men out there that don't do this. We're talking about the majority and not the minority. And listen, I'm gonna say it again. I'm in the majority of men. I'm not in the minority. I'm not here to make anybody feel less than or whatever. I'm saying it is a journey to the top of your soul. And if you're not on it, she know you ain't on nothing. If you're not on that self journey, your woman knows you're not on nothing. Did you hear me, brothers? Okay. When we come forward, I'm going all phone lines. We going to Jacksonville, Florida, New York, Battle Creek, Michigan. We on fire tonight, don't you think? What up, Suge Mac 510? Great coaching session this weekend, brother. Thank you for purchasing the book. Everybody who got a coaching session from me, put up an emoji. Describe the session with an emoji. Put up your coaching session emoji. Tell us what it was like. There are people in here who might want to know. Yo, we $20 away from $100 on the super chat. Ashe, ashe, ashe. It was emotional. Spiritual journey just to land a relationship devil. Third eye. If you've been here long enough, you know you're not going to land a devil if you're on the spiritual journey, sir. You're just not. So that's antithetical to what I even talk about. It's almost like this is your first time being in here, right? It's almost like this is your first time. Spiritual journey just to land a relationship. It's impossible. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Attila. Xylon, that's right. It's the knowledge. Yeah, it's like you don't even understand what I talk about, because that thought process is antithetical, sir. No, that don't happen more often than not. If you're getting closer to self-actualization, you start shedding lower level people. It's just that simple. They don't get to go with you. And oftentimes it's not even effort on your part to remove them. So I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody said positivity can attract negativity. In physics, yes, and in relationships, absolutely. But the conscious person, have you ever heard of Aikido? I don't want to get this away. I'll hold on to that. I don't want to get out of the way just yet. Zoe needed to hear the last 20 minutes in a battle right now. I don't know what that means. Oh, is this on? Oh shit, I thought I turned it off. Doesn't mean they don't try to latch on. Let's see how high you went. Going up the ladder of spiritual actualization and you taking somebody with you that isn't there, it's almost taking them up too high to where they can't breathe. It's a lack of oxygen. They can't maintain. So, no. And you got to realize people who are not on that, they don't even want to go where you going because they know it's not about you now. It's about what they need to do. They don't even want to go that high. So trust me, they'll be like, what the fuck? I'm not with none of what he talking about. I'm trying to bounce. That's how that works. But if you find them latching on, guess what? That's a lesson latching on. What weight is heavier than the liberation or the escape velocity? Let me say it another way. What weight is heavier than the escape velocity of self-realization? That might have been too heavy. Huh? Tell him I said what up. Mind Control by Big Crit, featuring Wiz Khalifa and E40. You figure deals me? The voice of reason, you already know what it is. Haha, that lava hot tonight. The topic is crazy. The phone calls are crazy. We got folks in here from all over the place, man. They want to talk about tonight's topic. And it was given to me by a sister, Sarah Jackson. I want a man, not a manager. A deeper look at the controlling nature of some men. Let's get these callers in here now. Who's been on the longest? Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. Get in here.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, everyone.
How are you, Mimi? Good to have you. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think this is a great topic, and I love everything that I'm hearing, that I'm learning. And I just want to say that I'm okay. I am open to my man, my husband, leading us. You know, And I've asked this question to family and friends, just people in general, so I can't wait to hear what you have to say. I'm open to my man leading us. And I want to know, does that mean he will be paying the bills, correct? I think that's how I phrased it in the chat.
Oh, wow. So as long as he's paying the bills, you're open to him leading you?
No, I mean, he's the leader of our family, and, you know, he's the king. You know, he wears the crown. You know, he's guiding us.
But what makes
in our
him the
journey.
king? What makes him the king, and what who bestowed the crown on him? His wallet or his character?
I would say his character, and maybe this may, and his gender.
Okay, his character and his gender. I could go with that. Okay, but earlier you said something about his wallet. You were like, if he's paying all the bills, you said you were open to him listening.
Well, I said,
or you were open to letting him lead. That's what you said.
And yes, and because he's leading us, does that just automatically means that, you know, he's leading us in every way? He'll be paying the bills as well.
Let me just say this, Mimi. Even if he's paying the bills, if he is leading you guys incorrectly or inefficiently or ineffectively, as a woman, are you saying you not gonna say nothing?
No.
Of course you gonna say something.
Right. I mean, I want to be led in a good way. I don't want to just go down this long, winding road to nowhere. You know.
So your following is conditional.
Well, yes.
There we go. Come on, Mimi.
Yes, I mean, isn't everyone
following
conditional?
So it isn't just about the money then?
No, it's not just about the money. No.
Great.
No. It's about him, his guidance, his leadership, and is he going to pay all the bills? And the money is a part of it. The money is a part of it, but it's not the main thing.
Okay, because I'm glad I got the context, because in the chat you said it was about the money, and I'm saying if it's just about the money, then you're not his woman, you're his property.
No, it's not just about the money. It's about him, you know, his leadership, his guidance, his character. But I want to know, aren't we, by him leading us, aren't we kind of going into those traditional gender roles of typically the man, the leader? Most men, from what I have noticed in my relationships, they feel like weird if a woman wants to pay for things.
Now you know what you've done?
Yeah?
You know what you've done?
What?
You've upset Andy. Now Andy has put on his headphones. He's turned his mic on. You've just upset Andy. Andy, get in here.
I don't even know where to start. You know, I had a starting place, and I kind of lost it. But just listening to you, so speak, it got me thinking about D-Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Right.
You know, and it has me thinking. So, with your perspective, Mimi, are you insinuating that Dwayne Wade is not leading his relationship based off of their 50-50 thing?
This is really Gabrielle's fault because she overshares. It's really her fault.
Because our relationship is not the world's business. Let me go finish, Mimi. I'm sorry.
It's her fault. She overshares, but since she put it out there, if he is worth approximately $200 million and she's worth $40 million, which is good, I'm not exactly sure why they're going 50-50 and why are they going 50-50 and why are they taking care of other adult people? Their kids, yes. Their parents, okay, I can go with that. But other adults, she said they're taking care of.
But wait, Mimi, let me ask you this. Let me just ask. Do we know who made that deal? Was it her who made the deal, or was it Dwayne? Did Dwayne say, I ain't paying for your family? Now, in our family, we going 50-50. Was it Dwayne who did that? Because we don't know. We jumping on them, but we don't know the behind the scenes. We don't know the contract that was signed.
You're right.
So we're assuming, because she's loose lips and talking about family business, we're assuming that she was the one who wrote the deal.
Yes.
But maybe it was him. Maybe he said, listen here, I got a lot of stuff to take care of, and your family is not one of them. Maybe he said it.
That's true. And I'm going to say something that you may not like, and other people, because she's a white woman, but I have to. That's the Susie Orman says that if a man makes more than the woman, then it should be based on like the percentage of your, income.
Mimi.
So maybe it could be like 60-40.
Mimi, this is not medieval times. And I understand what you're saying, Mimi. And depending on the man, depending on his resources, he probably ain't gonna trip. But let me just say this. If that standard is in place, right? If that standard is in place, you're not asking for a progressive man. You're asking for a traditional man. And traditional men control it all. And you better keep that lip shut and bend the knee, because I got it covered. Now, if you give me any pushback, whatever is on deck. Do you understand what I'm saying? So y'all got to pick and do you want a progressive, spiritually evolved man, self-realized, God-realized man, or do you want a traditional man? Because if you ask for that traditional gender role devout man, say something. Twist your mouth up. Am I lying or not?
Okay, yeah.
Hey, I love the back and forth with Mimi. Great call. Jacksonville, Florida is in the building because of Mimi. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're going to New York and then Battle Creek, Michigan when I come forward.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams.
Eat the cake. This show flew. When I tell you this show flew by, god damn. This show is like, bam, gone. Truemonger says she asking for a massa. That's terrible. Thank you, Miss JB. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at $80.97. No one's purchased any books, but can we collectively, everybody drop $2. Can we collectively get to $100? Can we do that? Anybody who's already given, don't give again. But can we get, for the people that are just in here, that haven't hit the super chat button, we're $20 short of $100 for this broadcast. Can we do it? Can we do it? We're at $80.97. $2 cash mob challenge. For all the people who haven't hit the super chat, can you drop a 2 spot? Twos and fews activate. Truemonger, I think you already done it. Thank you, True. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Mind control. Thank you, brother. That was your first time, True? I didn't know, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. We're at $90 already. 90.97. Because of what y'all just did. You two brothers right there took us to 90. From Fred Thomas. Droves? I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Friends and family, the incomparable Janet Jackson, 1986. Control, that's when she told Joe, no more, Joe. Nah, I'm going to do this on my own. You don't get to pick no more producers. You don't get to pick no more wardrobe. I love you, Daddy, but I got to do what I got to do now. See how big my brother is? You got me doing all kind of weird records, different strokes with Willis and them. Nah, I want to do this. The voice of reason back in the building. KBLA Talk 1580. We on fire. Let's get these callers in here. They want to talk about tonight's topic, and it's imperative that they do so. Who's been on the longest? Heru Ali, Battle Creek, Michigan. Get in here.
Peace and love to the family nation.
My brother. My brother.
And staff, Travis Smiley, and the family nation that's on the chat and listening around the world. Listen, what we're not going to do tonight is respectfully, we're not going to act like you don't get who you are.
Come on.
If you get a non-leader, it's because you ain't got fellowship in you. If you choose a brother that you know, that it's just for the aesthetic and the physical accoutrement, you know what I'm saying, on the side of the game, that's what you get.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So guess what? Go ahead and repeat the spiritual third grade, because you failed to learn the lesson.
Boop.
Yeah. Go ahead and repeat that. You're going to keep repeating that. And two, wait a minute. There's an art and science to leadership. If any of the brothers and sisters that's listening tonight, specifically for the brothers, if you ever received a 911 phone call, whether you work for 911, like there's a snake in my basement. Wait a minute. You're not just going to use me as a utility, usury.
Use simony.
Come on, yeah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And why would you be with somebody who you don't look up to as a leader? Why would you do that, brothers and sisters, but specifically sisters?
Or let me hit you with this, Heru. What about this? If you come in contact with a woman, to go off your point earlier, you get who you are. If you come in contact with a woman that doesn't submit to you organically, why not, instead of, being, sad and mad and controlling about it, why not say, wow, I need to go back to the manhood drawing board because there's something ajar in my spirit. There's some work I got to do because it shouldn't. You get what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to crowbar her into it. Come on.
No, I'm not crowbarring nobody. Listen, this is my program from the beginning. And let me give you a real world, my personal example of submission cooperation. I told you I never compromise in a relationship. I'm only going to cooperate. We hooked up with a queen that I grew up with from elementary school, junior high, high school. Years later, 17 years later, talk to them and say, hey, this is my relationship paradigm. I'm a polygamist. I'm going to have 2 wives. I'm going to have that. They told me and said, nope, I ain't down with that. I said, I can respect that. It's all love. 7 years later, I get a phone call and says, you know what? I'll wait my turn. I'll wait my turn. And now there's been massive communication between those 7 years. Me providing information and them going and doing their own personal research and say, you know what, that makes sense. Okay, so let's think, that's, yeah, all right. It is possible to be loved by your husband and him to be loved by somebody else. Absolutely. Absolutely, because
here come Heru.
A knowledge of ourselves, our culture, because guess what? Monogamy ain't working for them. It ain't working for us. Now, we ain't gonna talk about, all of the counters that they put in.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Because we gotta have Dawn get her turn too. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring on Rakeem and Kenya to talk the polygamy talk for you. I think I'm gonna bring them on. See,
honest. I watched the show your friend is seeking brother husband, which is selfish as hell because.
Wait, just wait.
I remember us 2 million. So that one husband, one wife. What you gonna do with your sisters and your cousins?
So let me get this other caller here. Rue, you on 5 minutes now.
I'm out.
Okay, let's get her in here. Dawn from New York. Dawn, jump in here. Do you have a man or a micromanager? Is he your manager?
They tried to.
He be trying to manage you.
They tried, but can I give a case where he talked about polygamy real quick?
You go right ahead, sister.
When polygamy was really first put in place, it was designed to raise the man up because he needed energy. So that's why he needed multiple women. A lot of males are energy vampires.
Wow. Ooh. What?
When we came out of the age of the mother, which is, the last age of the mother was Taurus, and we moved into the sun, which is the age of Aries, into Capricorn to become the father, to then best into the daughter. It was males needed multiple women to give energy to them, to raise them up. That's kind of where that came.
If you don't speak on the ancient wisdom, child, we appreciate it. Come on.
That's kind of where that came from. And as far as males taking the lead, it is their turn to take the lead.
It is the man's turn to take the lead. I love it.
Yes, and we're from the mother to the son, the mason.
Ooh, keep going. You got at least 2 minutes. Come on. I got to give you more time. Oh, Lord, I should have got you on first. Jesus. Go ahead.
So, all this that's kind of happening, it has to happen because now we're in the age of Aquarius, which is at the right hand of the father after the 3 days or the 3 cycles in Pisces. So, in the story, interesting enough, his name is Heru. Heru has to fight Satan back.
Typhon, yes.
Get prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, get prepared. That eye's coming out. That eye of the world has to go.
And listen, Dawn, you gotta call me back tomorrow. This is too good, girl. This better than peanut butter and jelly. I need to hear from you again, Dawn.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like what's happening, all of this, what people are calling misogyny, it's just part of the process. I mean, at this point, I kind of find it to be humorous. A lot of times, male behavior, female interaction. It's just part of the process.
Dawn, we appreciate your call. I gotta go, but Lord, please call.
One more thing. It's
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, the woman is the mathematician and the male is the proof. That's what it is. That's it.
The woman is the mathematician and the male is the
proof.
The proof of the mathematics. You better talk about the matrix. We love you for that. Dawn is in the building. We've been on fire tonight. I start the conversations, but you finish them. But remember this, submission is bidirectional in relationship. There's certain things that a man has to submit to a woman. There's certain things that a woman has to submit to a man. But where there is mutual submission, there will be a healthy relationship. I promise. I promise. I promise. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is up out of here. But Danny Morrison is next to keep the fire lit. Sis was on fire. Woo! I fucks with it. She was on fire. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it was a good one for you. Dope show. Appreciate y'all. Deuces.